What's up, Facebook? How you guys doing? How you feeling? Tonight, we got a special live tonight. Tonight, I got a guest that's actually going to join me here on this live stream. I wanted to give some props where props were due, and I just think we're going to have a good time tonight, man. So hopefully you guys enjoy this live stream. I got a cool dude popping on with me. And for those of you that want to see growth and change and things in progress in real time, I highly suggest that you give this dude a follow. Matt, let me see if I can get you in here, bro. What's up, brother?
What's up, man?
How you doing, man? Can everybody hear us? Can you guys hear us all right? How's your night going, my friend?
Not too bad so far, just hanging out with little man.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. I'm gonna turn this a little bit so anyway, there we go. Hanging out with the little man, huh?
I am.
How'd your day go earlier today, my friend?
It was good. Not great, but it was good. Got a few people on the phone. I got some leads that I'm actively working, and making things happen.
That's what's up, man. So do everybody a favor here that's in my live stream watching and everything. Introduce yourself and let them know who you are, what you do, where you're at. Give everybody the lowdown, man. Let them know about Matt MFN Johnson.
All right. So most people know me by Matt in the Hat at either John North Ford in Emporia or Keller Williams Realty. Those that know me well have seen me progress from Matt Johnson to Matt motherfucking Johnson, living and breathing again.
Nice, man. So just so everybody knows, Matt he had no idea what we're going to talk about tonight. I just asked him to join me on the live stream tonight. So this is going to be completely off the whim. Like, he has no clue what I'm about to say, what I'm about to do, or what I'm about to ask him. So basically tonight, man, like, I just wanted to actually give you some time to shine, man, and give you some props for all the hard work you've been doing, man. You've been really putting in some work, and I wanted to kind of mix networks and introduce you to my network and people here, man. So do me a favor. So paint me a picture of, I would say, 2 years ago. Who were you? What were you doing? What type of character were you? Give us the whole 9 yards.
2 years ago, I just started selling cars. I was about 8 or 9 months into it. No clue what I was doing. I had got laid off the year before, and I was, I don't want to say depressed. That's not the right word, but I was real self-conscious about me, my skills, my ability. Um, I had no confidence in myself whatsoever. Really no direction of what I wanted to do, where I wanted to go. My relationship with my wife was not so good. With my kids, I was not. I was closer with the oldest two. My youngest that I saw every day, he was terrified of me, because everything that he did, he would walk on eggshells whenever I was around because he was afraid that I was going to yell at him for something. Um, and I just really had no direction, barely getting by, selling cars, selling, 3, 4, maybe 5 cars a month if I was lucky, and not really making ends meet. Um, Still trying to figure out the whole social media thing, who to follow, why do I follow them? Who's being real? What is being real? What's authentic? Not knowing that people on social media are just painting the best picture possible.
Sounds about right. So, hey guys, what we're gonna do is we're gonna share with you a lot of value tonight, man. And this isn't Lamborghinis, this isn't mansions, this isn't broads, this isn't beaches. I'm gonna share with you guys something tonight, and I brought this specific person here with me tonight because he has a real story. He has some real changes, real lessons, both as a man, as a family man, as a salesperson, and as an entrepreneur. So I really wanted to bring him in. Like I said, he has no freaking clue that I was going to do this. I just told him we're going to go live, and he said, "Okay, cool."
Yep. Why not?
And also, if you guys do me a favor, do your friends a favor, share this video out so that way more people can get in here and see this, because he's gonna be sharing a lot of really cool stuff with you guys, and you're gonna find a lot of value here tonight. So Matt, what did you do before you were selling cars? I seen Dean was asking that. So what were you doing before selling cars?
Immediately before I was selling cars, I was working at United Rentals, renting and selling construction equipment. I got convinced to leave Verizon Wireless, selling phones there, and I wasn't always the top dog at Verizon, but I was consistently top three, um, doing not a whole lot of work. Like they wanted us to, like there was an entire page. Every single customer, you cover all 27 items, and you talk to every single customer, tell them about it. I knew how I got paid. I was one of 3 people that knew how we got paid. So I chose 6 that paid me the most, concentrated on those, and that's how I got paid. And I thought I knew how to sell. I thought I knew it all. And then I went to United Rentals, didn't know shit, got my teeth kicked in, because then I started cold calling and showing up to offices and doing personal visits. And one of my first calls, this happened in the car business too. I've told you this story. One of my first calls when when I started at United Rentals, I got the name of my company wrong. I got the name of the guy's company wrong. I got his name wrong. It was so bad, I hung up on myself.
Nice, man.
It
Nice.
it was awful. And then I did that for about a year and a half, and then I got laid off. I got laid off. They did some downsizing, and because I was sales, I wasn't trained for operations, so they couldn't keep me around. And because my district manager, and you know this story too, as does Dean, told me that I couldn't sell, I had no business selling, and I should do everybody a favor and do something that is not sales. And I don't have to be around people.
Awesome. So really quickly, can I get a show of hands? Here out of the people watching and viewing right now, how many of you guys are in sales? How many of you guys are entrepreneurs? If you're either one of them, put like a little thumbs up or something in the comments, just so I can kind of see who's here right now. So you've pretty much been around sales the majority of your latter years, right?
Yeah, I've been in some type of sales since I got out of the Army. Whether it's retail sales or outside sales, um, I've been in sales since I left the Army, and that's been 2003.
Okay, cool. So give me a little bit, paint a little picture for everybody here of who Matt Johnson was in the military.
Um, he was a badass.
We got our military vet here, you know.
Yeah, he was a badass. You didn't fuck with him. They wanted somebody to shoot. I was the guy. They wanted somebody to dig a foxhole. I was the guy. I trained a lot. Not just myself, but other soldiers. Very rarely did I get outshot. But at the same time, there was a lot that I didn't take serious, and if something happened, something went wrong, it was somebody else's fault. It was somebody else's problem. It was never my fault, because it couldn't have been my fault, because I did what I was supposed to, and somebody else did it. But I was a very in your face person. I'm not a violent person, but I was very good at it.
So let me ask you this. So the transition from military to being a civilian, how did that affect you?
Oh, that was tough, man. I'm not gonna lie, that was tough, because now it's a little better from the people that I talk to, and that I've run into over the years. They kind of help you out. There's a little bit more of a process. When I left, I got my paperwork done. They handed it back to me, and they said, "Here you go." I was like, "What do I do?" They said, "You can do whatever. It's just not here anymore." And
so how did that affect you as a person, though? Like, what did because
that
well,
that was
I'm
a downward spiral.
Because of the person that you were, the mentality, the demeanor,
Yep.
the attitude that you had in the military. When you became a civilian, what happened? Now, hey guys, really quick. I really want you guys to listen to this. This is, I swear, this is like super vital information, man, that I know will help you guys, because I'm showing you guys in real time some really severe, really fast, really accurate changes from somebody that was having a hard time, man. Like, all of us have hard times. I know we do. A lot of us have a hard time believing in ourselves. We have a hard time believing in what we're doing, where we're going, our certainty. I just did a video earlier about certainty. I'm really tying all of these videos I did today together for this one. I set it all up for this one because I want to show you guys in real time with a real person. I'm not showing you guys some like hectomillionaire or like some Lambos or anything. I brought somebody here for you guys that you can really relate to, and you can really learn from, and you can really pick up pieces of what he's done to make the transition. And I'm having them paint you guys a little picture right now. So for you guys to be able to share this out, that would be great. So go ahead, Matt. What was it that happened when you made your transition?
So made the transition. I was getting up every day, 5:30. Down in formation by 6:30 for PT, do PT for hour and a half, shower, breakfast, formation. From there, you know what you're doing the rest of the day, usually the rest of the week. You're either in the motor pool, weapons detail, planning and prepping for a mission to go to the field. You knew what was going on at any given time.
Right.
And you knew who was going to be with you, who you were going to be surrounded by, and you had their trust, and they had yours. And to go from that to coming back home and not knowing who's still here, not knowing what I'm going to do, where I'm going to go. I wake up and I don't have anywhere to be. I don't know what to do. I have no direction. I had an idea that I wanted to go to school. Didn't know what for. Didn't know where I was going to work. I mean, none of that. I went from being structured and on a schedule, knowing what I'm going to do, to absolutely nothing. It was all, I don't
Right.
want to say it was all taken from me because I chose to get out. Uh,
Yeah. No,
but
so
it
so
was,
you had your routine, right? You
oh
had
yeah.
your daily routines, you had your rituals, man, like you knew what was up, you knew what you're doing, and you lost that. Now, the other piece that I want to talk about is the Matt Johnson that was in the military, that mindset, that demeanor, that attitude, that presence. When you came home, what happened with that?
Um, that didn't go so well. That kind of fell apart because I I had no purpose. I had no direction. I went from being the guy that everybody leaned on, that everybody looked to, the guy that got everything done and made shit happen, to nobody.
In your mind.
In my mind, I was nobody. I
So did that, by you bringing that person home, being, I mean, because I truly believe that's the real you. Like, I truly believe, working with you over the last year, the conversations we had, the coaching we've done, I truly believe that the military brought out the real you. They gave you a purpose. You didn't have your own purpose, but I believe that that is the real you. And so when you came home, was that an issue? Like, was being the real you an issue to, like, family and friends and community?
oh 100%, because I came back and my energy, my volume was, I mean, everything about me was up here. And the community I live in, and I'm in the Midwest, it's down here. I mean, the community I live in, I like it because we're in the center. You drive an hour and a half any direction, you can be anywhere. It's awesome. But going from being on the East Coast for 3 years, where everything is fast paced, and I'm a loud person, I'm a high energy person, I'm a do it now, get shit done person, to, well, you gotta tone it down a little bit. You gotta slow down a little bit. That's not how we do things here. That's not what's expected of you here. Everything just kept going down and down, and that that was hard for me because I'm used to going, and uh, not, and slowing down and going at everybody else's pace was not something that I was used to.
So not being yourself, not being on your energetic level, um, being in a new environment. What did that cascade into, as far as, like, with you and your wife, you and the kids, you and your job? What did you start to see from that?
Well, when I first got back, I hadn't met my wife yet. I got back in 2003, and because of what where I was at, what I was doing, I I fell back into drugs, heavy drinking. I was doing a lot of drugs, drinking at least a case of beer every day, maybe a bottle or two, uh, whatever I could find. I mean, it was just a downward spiral, uh, and because I didn't know myself, I lost myself.
So how many years did that go on, from 2003 till when?
Uh, well, minus the drugs and the drinking, um, that ended within a couple years, but just not knowing who I was, and you know,
That's what I mean.
uh, not knowing where to go, man. I would say up until about a year and a half ago, year and a half ago. So
Okay, cool. So
this is 18, so 16, 17.
okay, so about what, 14, 15 years?
Yeah.
All right, so everybody that's watching, most of you guys that are familiar with the content I put out, the things we talk about, and I'm all about mindset, and I'm all about, you know, creating rituals and habits and beliefs and moving forward and building your mind and working on it daily. It only takes a half a day to get rusty. Imagine 14, 15 years of being in this mindset of being stuck, not knowing where you're going, not knowing what you're doing, not knowing who you are, not having any of these things that are actual requirements for you to be productive in your own life, in your family's life, and in society, right? So like Matt's gone through 14, 15 years of this. So let's fast forward this thing, all right? So I wanted to paint a picture for you guys. I wanted you guys to know who Matt is, where he came from, a little bit about his background. He is military. He is in sales. So let's move this thing up. When did you get into personal development?
I got into personal development about 2 years ago when I really started figuring out social media. When Periscope was real big, um, I I followed a guy named Grant Cardone, Gary Vaynerchuk, and JC Limitless. Uh, and you know, Ask a Millionaire, Sean Thomas, and Millionaire Mentor, um, Jason
Jason
Stone.
Stone.
I got to following those were my top five people that I followed, and everybody was so much different than what I saw and what I was used to, and that drew me to all of those people because they were big, they were loud, they were positive. They drew people to them and were the people that had the answers. They were the people that could give you the direction, um, and that's when I really started going down that road. I bought Grant Cardone's books. I bought Gary V's books. I joined the at that time was the Limitless Mafia group, uh,
Yep.
and
So your first year in personal development, what do you feel like happened for you? Like, cause like you were just like getting into books, getting into live
yep.
streams, watching videos, things like that. Like you weren't a part of anything just yet, right? The first year or so.
No, I wasn't, and uh, books are great, videos are great, and there's a quote from a movie that I love that self-help books don't work if your self sucks.
That's cool, man.
uh,
That's cool.
and that that registered with me because I was reading them, but I wasn't comprehending them. I wasn't putting them to use. I read it. I was like, okay. I mean, Grant Cardone's books I've read cover to cover 5 or 6 times, and I still go back through and read them. Plus, I have the audio, but I wasn't implementing it because I didn't know how. I mean, I had the map. I didn't know how to read it.
So in that first year, what changes did you make? Did you make changes? Did things change for you, or were you just kind of present in the moment? Like what happened in the first year?
First year, I spent a lot of money on books, on webinars. Um, my wife was absolutely pissed because I was spending all this money. I spent about $3,000 my first year, and I still have a lot of the material, and there's a lot of it I haven't read. I didn't do anything with it.
Yeah.
because I was looking for, the secret sauce, or the magic beans. I need to find the magic beans, and then I don't have to do any work. It's all just going to happen.
Yeah. So did anything change for you or no?
Uh, Not for the better, no. I mean, my wife got more frustrated with me because I was ignoring her. I was ignoring the kids. I was coming straight home from work, locking myself in the office, and just rereading books and material, and not doing anything with it. And I thought if I just kept busy and kept doing shit, it would just all happen. It would just all come to me, and I would learn it all through osmosis. And it was the next day. I just knew the next day was going to happen.
All right. So at that point, man, so you're a year into personal development. You got all this stuff, man. You got all these books, webinars. You spent about 3 racks. Your wife's about to slit your throat in your sleep.
Yep.
So things weren't really changing, right? I mean,
No, they weren't. I mean, I was still selling the same amount of cars.
all
I
right. So how many cars were you selling a month?
I was averaging about 4 cars a month.
Okay. And then so how was it like your relationship at home with your wife and kids?
Awful.
What about what about with like your community and things like that?
Uh, People kind of knew who I was, but because of my past growing up here, they all thought I was still that same person, the drug dealer, the drug user, the partier, the drinker,
Yeah.
getting arrested, getting into fights, and so nobody really wanted to give me a chance because they hadn't seen anything from me.
Right.
I mean, I was just
So
I was secluded. I just came home and came to the office.
all right. So where does Limitless Legends pop into this equation?
Uh, about August or September of last year, in the Limitless Nation group, that was the big group, free group. There was, God, what, like 6,000 people in that group.
Yeah, it was a bigger group. I don't remember. I'm not. I think there's like 1,700.
Really?
I can't remember. I got rid of that group.
Yeah,
But
but I remember you talking in that group because you couldn't concentrate and couldn't give your time to that large of a group, that you were putting together a Limitless Legends group, and you were putting together a Red Alpha team, and it was gonna be a paid group, but it was going to be high intensity, high accountability, a whole lot of work, um, and I mean, it sounded to me, it sounded like a good time. And until
so
until I joined, like, the first 2 weeks.
so at that point, like we were saying, like things weren't that great. You weren't really selling many cars. um, you're only selling cars at that time,
Right.
and like things weren't that great at home. From that point last year till now, what has happened? What's changed for you?
My my average on selling cars right now is 11 a month. Um, I have never been closer with my wife, or my kids. Um, my wife and I took a vacation for the first time in 7 or 8 years. We spend time together. We spend time weekly together. We have a date night. Sometimes it's just us here at the house. Sometimes we'll go out to eat, but we spend that time together, and no electronics. The only time we have electronics is if, we're sitting outside and we have music playing in the background. Um, People in my community are embracing me, knowing who I am. They are asking me a lot of questions. For example, yesterday, what's today? Friday.
Every day's Monday.
Friday. Not everybody understands that though. You tell that to people at the dealership, they look at you like you're crazy. And the fact you get up at 4:30. So yesterday, Thursday, I had a chamber event, and I was looking forward to it. It was in the morning. Was going to get a chance to meet a lot of people, and I haven't had so many people approach me and want to talk to me because they either had a question about cars, and now that I'm doing real estate as well, I had more people approaching me about real estate and asking me real estate questions. How did that come into play? What was the process? Who are you working for? What are you doing? How's it going? I mean, so many people just wanted to approach me and just talk to me about it. It was amazing. That was still a new feeling for me, even a year into this. So it's been amazing.
Yeah, awesome. What's up, Chris? I see you, buddy. So what are some of the things? So you've been with me a year. We've been working together. You've pretty much tripled your sales since working since last year, right? So going from 4, you're about 11 now. So you pretty much tripled your sales. Everything's going great now with your wife. Spending lots of time with your youngest, right?
I am.
You are now an official real estate agent, right? You got your license and everything done?
I do. I've been an agent for almost 3 months.
Awesome, man. So you've accomplished a lot of stuff in the last year, bro. Like, this is the whole reason why I wanted to do this live with you. So my people here on my page, man, they can get to know you. They get to hear from you, man. They can see a real story, man. Like, a lot of times we'll see like these crazy, like, unbelievable, like, oh, this guy's got like all these Lambos and all this stuff, man. Like, people need stuff that's relatable, and they need to see stuff. Like, you are in your journey, man. Like, you are in your greatest right now, man. And it is nothing but a big ball of momentum and steam moving forward, man. Each and every day, I see the consistency. I see you post your goals in the group in the morning. I see you at midday, and I see you at the end of the day. Put 3 videos a day. You're in the group, letting us know what your goals are, where you're at with your goals, and what you got done. I've watched you completely evolve, seriously, in the last 12 months, man. And I just wanted to say congratulations on everything you've been doing, bro. Like, you're working 2 full-time jobs. You're learning the one job. You're doing all the training with it. There's
Yep.
tons of training, right, for
Oh,
real
yeah.
estate?
A ton. And especially I'm going through a 7-week class right now on Tuesdays called Bold, that is high intensity, high accountability, which it is not to your level. Like, if they wanted high intensity, they should have joined the Red Alpha team.
So what can you say from last year till now? Like, I want these guys watching, I want everybody watching to know, what was it that has changed for you? Like, what about your mindset? What about your habits? What about your health? What about your family? What were the things that made those things change for you? What stands out the most for you out of the last 12 months?
The biggest one is awareness, and the mindset, because we had to write 100 times in the morning and 100 times at night. I am aware of my thoughts and actions, and I had some other ones to write. And then, I mean, I hated you for the first 2 weeks, 3 weeks, however long we did that. I absolutely hated you. But after writing that, I noticed that the more I wrote it, the louder the voice in my head got. The louder the voice in my head got, the louder the words coming out of my mouth got. And then you had me change the words to I am a confident man and I believe in myself. And
Yep.
that's where shit changed. That's where shit got real, because I started writing that every morning, and by the time I was done writing the 100 in the morning, my wife could hear me 2 rooms over with both doors shut, borderline yelling, I'm a confident man and I believe in myself. Because that was really where it started. And that led to the awareness. That led to writing down the time. So every hour, writing down what I just did during that hour. I'm thinking, I don't have time for this. This is stupid. This is a waste of time. I'm going to spend more time writing what I did than than I actually did. Took me 30, maybe 60 seconds to write down everything that I had done in that hour. What I noticed, I was spending a lot of time on my phone because the whole day I was busy. Anybody ask me, I'm busy. I don't have time. I was scrolling through Facebook. I was playing, I had like 5 or 6 games downloaded on my phone that I was like, oh, I'll just do this for 5 minutes. 2 hours later, I'm still playing the stupid fucking game.
So that was when I had you take an inventory of your day, hour by hour, what you did each hour, right?
Yes, that I thought
And
was
how long did you do that for? How many days?
2 weeks.
And what happened after the 2 weeks?
I learned that I was an idiot and wasted a lot of time on social media, games, and a lot of things that didn't pay me. They distracted me, took away my time, and I was doing everything that didn't pay me and was non-productive and didn't put any effort into what actually paid me and what actually would make a difference. So
Awesome.
those
So
two are the biggest things for me.
so I want you to talk about. I got one more thing I want you to talk about, man. I got one more thing I want you to talk about. Do you remember the conversation that you and I had about Matt MFN Johnson?
I do.
So
Is this
go ahead. Like
the
I
phone
want you to say it. I want you to talk about it.
the phone call after the Facebook Live?
Yeah.
That was a tough phone call. I'm not gonna lie. That was a tough phone call.
I'm gonna ask you to be vulnerable, and I'm gonna ask you, what's up, Angela? I'm gonna ask you to be vulnerable. I'm gonna ask you to be real about this, because to me, I think, in my opinion, of working with you over the last year, bro, like this is the one thing I think was the foundation and the running engine behind everything that followed. What you're about to say, what you're about to talk about. And I know it was tough, and I know that there was like some emotional charge behind why and what it was, and what your thoughts were about it, and how you thought people were going to think of you, and and not being able to control that situation. So I want you to talk about that, man.
Okay. My biggest hesitation, because I had always kept that part of me in check. The one thing, and there's a lot of people that may see this. I don't know how many people are actually on that have known me growing up. Um, I I had a temper, and when that, I'm a short fuse. And when that fuse was lit, it was game on. What the Army taught me where I was, they taught me how to flip that trigger. All I had to do was just flip that switch, and I mean, it was beast mode. But with that switch came a lot of violence, came a lot of darkness, um, and there was like blackout anger. Like there was times where I had no idea what just happened, what I just did, um, and what I was truly capable of, and that that scared me. When Lisa and I first got together, she briefly caught a glimpse of that when I was gonna fight four dudes that were all strapped and just hands. And
So what did you and I talk about? What happened? Because at this point you were not that dude no more.
I was not.
You were completely domesticated. You're completely like whatever my wife says, bro, like this is what I'm doing and I need to be this way because if I go back to my old way, I'm gonna get myself in trouble pretty much, right?
Yep, 100%. Because I was afraid that if I went back to who I was, because the old Matt was confident, was assertive, was in your face, would get shit done. At that time, I was the exact opposite of that. Um, I kept my head down. I kept my eyes down. I didn't speak up. I didn't voice my opinion. Um, I mean, I didn't even I didn't even feel like a man. I'll be honest.
Yeah, so and the reason why is because you were kind of scared of like what would happen if
Yep,
if you were your old self again, right?
absolutely. If that part of me came out, I didn't know if I could keep that in check. That if that darkness came out, I didn't want the violence to come with it. And
And
so
what I tell you,
it
and
was
what I tell you to do.
talk to my wife. You said talk to Lisa, sit down with her, tell her what you're thinking, tell her what you're feeling, and see what she says. And I told you it's not going to work. She's not going to go for it. She's she's going to tell me I like you where you're at. You're domesticated. You're fine now. Um,
And
so
what was my response to you about that when you said that she's not going to go for it? What did I tell you?
that I was
You
full of
remember?
shit. You told me
Well,
you told me you guarantee that she would have my back and she would be down. And
and what do you think?
I thought you were full of shit.
So you were basically gonna go tell her, like, look, man, like I want to be the old man again. Like I want to be that dude again. Like I want my balls back. Like I want to go out here and hold my head up high and be loud and be assertive and be heard and be a man again. Like I want to be that dude. But you were scared of like that going too far, you losing it, not being in control,
Absolutely.
maybe getting in trouble, getting violent, to completely going bad, right?
Absolutely.
And then what did I remind you of about like when you guys got together?
That that was the guy that she was drawn to, was the alpha male, the uh, the assertive. I mean, I don't want to say aggressive, but assertive, dominant figure.
And so what happened from there?
So I sat down with her, and we talked. I told her, I said, hey, um, I'm I'm thinking about joining this group. He called me. He wants me in this group, and here's what he wants me to do. Here's what here's a conversation I need to have. And I told her. She said, I said, I need to be that guy again. That was me. That was who I am. The guy I am now, I'm not happy with. You're not happy with. The kids obviously aren't happy with, because they avoided me, and hell, Chase was terrified of me. And she said, "That's fine. Don't be an asshole." And I was I was like, what do you mean? She's like, yeah. She said, don't be an asshole. I don't want to see that darkness. I don't want to see that look on your face. She said, I'm done with it. I don't want that. But I want that guy back.
See, dude,
And that was not what I was expecting to hear.
So that is the major reason why I believe that one change right there, that one thing. Derek, what's up, man? Mehdi, what's up? Tony, what's up? I believe that wholeheartedly for you and your circumstance, your individual situation, that was the most powerful thing that you did for yourself as a foundation, man. At the foundation level, was because you found again who you were. You reminded yourself who you were. You might have been scared of that situation, or worried that, man, like, I don't know what's going to happen with that situation, but you had the balls, you had the courage to go forward with that, and by doing that, that brought back who you really are, and that process alone, the change you had to go through to step back into your shoes, to have the awareness not to lose it, to have the awareness to control your temper, to have the awareness of your family and those around you, to make sure that you're respectful to them. That entire change in process are tools that you're going to take with you in your business, in sales, in your community, with your family. You're going to take it everywhere with you, bro, because you were able to get back to who you are, and not only get back to who you were, but refine it and contain it and control it, and be able to use that as your number one power source, bro. Like, that was amazing, dude. I truly believe that change led to you tripling your sales in the car business. I truly believe that took your pipe dream that you had of maybe one day I can be a real estate agent, to when me and you talked on the phone, I'm like, it's go time, bro. You're going to go be a real estate agent. You're going to do it now. And you're like, okay, dude, let's go. And I think about 2 weeks later, you found the right place and what you needed to do. 2 months later, you're holding your real estate license, bro. I remember you hitting me up, losing your mind about it, bro. Like,
yeah, yep.
I truly believe that by you getting back to being that man again, and being a even better version of that man, that's what brought you and your wife back together even closer, because you were back to the person that she met from day one. Like, she was drawn to that dude. She was drawn to that alpha male, that dominant figure, that guy. Like, that's the whole reason why she got with you. Like, she figured out a way to domesticate you and make sure that you were going to stay safe, because she really loves you and wanted to be with you. And she was willing to be selfless enough to take the hit and be like, well, if he can't be the dude that I met, at least I still got him, even though he's not that guy. Like, that's a big thing on your wife, bro. Like, that was completely selfless of her. But for you to gain all this back and build all this back up, and connect, with your youngest son, and he's not fearful of you no more. You guys been having like some dope conversations lately, bro. Like, I'm just so proud of you, bro. Like, I think about you every day. I think about how I can push you more. I think about what I can do to disrupt the average. Like, I love that you come to me every day and I get a text on my phone and it says "one sold" in capital letters on my phone. I get a text from this guy. Like, I just start cheesing. I'm like, boom, that's my guy, man. Or I'll get I'll get a text from him. He's like, "Hey man, you got a minute? I got to talk to you." And we'll be talking, and he's sitting here telling me about how like, um, he talked to X person or Y person, and like he just can't believe the mindset difference between him and them. Like they are top producers, or they are doing this, or they are doing that, and it's a fraction of what he's actually doing. Like he was. I've had his head down going for 12 months so hard, so much every single day that he literally has just now been picking his head up and looking around. And I mean, he's like, damn, like, this is what's going on. Like, this is what a human being is fucking capable of doing, you guys. This man right here is a prime example of when you know who you are, you know what you want, and you have direction and somebody there on your side to support you, you can do anything, man. Like, dude, I'm just proud of you, brother. You've done a fantastic job this last 12 months, man, in
I
your life
appreciate
and
it.
with yourself, man. I'm proud of you, dude.
Thank you. It's been an amazing ride, and because of it, I was able to take Lisa to Myrtle Beach, someplace she's never been, um, and I mean now she sees why that area is where I want to be, where I want to go. So we're slowly making plans on how to make it happen.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up, brother. So, hey, let these guys know, man. Like, let them know. Let everybody know. You got anything else you want to say about any of this we talked about?
I mean, the hardest part is doing it, is getting started, and having being open minded enough to having somebody tell you this is what I expect, this is what you're capable of, and having somebody that you don't really know tell you what you're capable of. Like, I can do this. No, man, you're gonna do this, and then you say no, and then you just keep working and seeing, changing your mind, being positive, being productive, and getting rid of the shit that doesn't pay you. You go from this level up to this level in no time. It's amazing, but you have to be willing to do it. You have to be open minded to do it. You have to be sick and fucking tired of being average and mediocre. That's not a life anybody wants or should have.
If you could simplify this in 4 quick steps, bro, what would be 4 things out of your? Now, I'm not influencing any of this. I don't want to say nothing about it. You give from your point of view of what you've learned in the last year. What are 4 major things that somebody would have to do to get them where they want to go, to improve themselves, hit their goals, and be where they want to be?
Number one is mindset. It starts with mindset, because if you don't want something, if you don't want it bad enough and it's not painful enough, you're not going to do it. Uh, number two would be discipline, structure. I go to the gym every day. Everybody sees my Facebook story, because I heard it yesterday at the community event. Everybody sees my Facebook story. I'm at the gym. The yesterday was Thursday, so it was chest and back day. I had 3 people repeat that to me. But the discipline to do it, because it takes 66 days to create a habit. Third is going to be goals. Write your goals down, and not type them down, not put them on your tablet, on your phone. Your goals do not exist in this world until you physically write them down. And number 4, have fun and be confident. I mean, I have fun at my job every day, and people think I'm an idiot because I have fun selling cars. And I I had an awesome time with a couple yesterday. They bought a his and hers vehicle, and they had never had an experience like they had with me. And it was because I was having fun. I was being myself. I was being authentic. So yeah, scratch that. Not fun, authentic.
Awesome, man. So hey, everybody, if you're watching it live now, or you're watching the replay, whatever it is, Matt's, I believe he's tagged in this thing because he's in the video. Follow this dude, man. He's down in Kansas with Dorothy, man, but you can still follow him because you guys are gonna get to learn and watch a lot from somebody who is in the mix, that is focused, that is making the right moves every day, that is showing up, being persistent, knows what he wants, and he's doing things on a limitless level. He's literally taking the things that I've shared with him and shown him, the things that he's learned in his own industry, and he's taking it with him, running with it, and actually producing every single day. He's the guy you're going to want to watch. He's the guy you're going to want to follow. He's doing some really big stuff, man. So let these guys know, like, what's your business page? What you got over there for business pages?
I got 2 business pages that y'all can follow me at. My first one is Matt in the Hat, and that's my car page. Second one is my Keller Williams page. You can find that one, Matt Johnson KW. I've got some videos on there, an open house that I've done, and just keeping people up to date along the process of what I did to get this far and what I'm learning on a daily and weekly basis.
Beautiful, man. Good deal. So after the live, bro, drop your pages and stuff down here. Guys, give this guy a follow. I appreciate you guys. Matt, I'm super proud of you, bro. I just felt like I wanted to give you some time to shine over here, man, and introduce you to some of my people too. You know what I mean? That's what it's all about. It's about connecting, our network, getting to know everybody. It's a big deal, man, and I'm super proud of you, bro. So, and the best part is we're just getting warmed up, man. We just started this joint.
Hell yeah. I like it.
All right, guys, we're going to kill this thing. Matt, thank you so much for popping in with everybody. Everybody, thanks for popping in, watching, and I shall see you guys later, man. You guys have yourself a limitless night.